look. I've already prepped my eyelid with Urban Decay Primer Potion to help my eyeshadow stay on and prevent from creasing, and put on my foundation and concealer. First, I'm going to begin with Makeup Forever. It's their green flash color. So we'll begin by putting it on the eyelid. After you've put on your Makeup Forever flash color all over the entire lid, you'll want to go back with a buffer brush, so a more tapered brush, and blend just throughout the crease. So you want to keep that strong color on the lid. After you've blended out the green in your crease area, you want to use MAC Fascinating Eye Khol. And just to get a little closer here, we're going to line just right underneath the eyebrow. This gives added definition to the brow bone. So after you line and give a pretty straight line there, you want to go back with a MAC 239 or somewhat of a stiff brush and blend that. More of a highlight, you'll go towards the middle of the eye with the Fascinating Eye Khol, and we'll line underneath the inner eye and towards the middle of the eye as well. Okay, and again, you'll take that MAC 239 brush, go in and blend out your color really well. You've highlighted inside and under the brow, on the brow bone with the Fascinating Eye Khol, you want to go back with an eyeshadow. And I'm going to use the MAC White Frost, which has some nice shimmer to it. And I'm going to use the same brush, the MAC 239 brush. Once you've added the White Frost to the inner part of the eyes and under the brow bone, now we're going to carve out the crease. And I'm going to use the MAC 226 brush, which gives a nice deep crease, and the MAC Sketch Eyeshadow, which is this here. It's a nice deep, rich, reddish purple. So once you put the color on the tip of the brush, place your brush right underneath the arch of the brow and really carve out that crease. So you want to create nice depth to the crease area. Okay, now that you've added sketch to your crease and you've carved your crease pretty well, go back with the same color sketch but using the MAC 224 brush, and you want to just blend that out so you get more of a diffused crease just right on the outer edge, so you keep that nice sharpness within the crease area. Next step is to add a little bit more green to the eyelid. So I'm going to use MAC Swimming and then go back and use MAC Juxt. So with the 242 brush, I'll get a generous amount of Swimming and apply it towards the outer edge of the lid. Okay, so I've added Swimming, and I'm going to go towards the inner lid and add a little Juxt using the MAC 239 brush. I Juxt and Swimming to my lid. I'll get a little closer so you can see. Now I'm going to add a little bit of matte chrome yellow, which is a really bright yellow, just to add more of a lime green effect. And I'm actually going to apply it just towards the middle of the eyelid using my 239 brush. Next step is to add MAC Stars and Rockets, which is a brighter purple. I'm using that same MAC brush, the 226. So getting the color right on the edge of the brush, and I'm going to apply it towards the middle of the crease area. Okay, now to define my crease a little bit more, I'm going to go back with an angle brush, just the MAC 266 brush using Carbon Eyeshadow, which is a matte black. And so I'm going to put my brush right in the middle of the crease here, but just focusing on the outer edge of the eye. So I don't want to bring it further in than the pupil. I probably actually won't even touch the pupil. So I'm just going to gently start blending it here. Now I'm going to go underneath my eyelid and add that carbon there. And this is really helping to make my crease recede and my eyelid pop out even more. So you can see the definition between each eye. I haven't blended it yet, but this will give you an idea of how dramatic the look. Applied carbon, and I've taken my carbon out just like I showed you, and I'm just going back with the 252 brush. I've kind of taken it on a tissue and, you know, wiped off the excess shadow just in case. And I'm going back and just making sure I'm really blended. Okay, and you may have to take a brush and clean up any falling shadow that you have here. Now our next step is to add liquid eyeliner. So I'm going to use the MAC Blacktrack because I feel like I have more control with this product. And I'm using a 263 brush. And I'm going to start on my outer edge here. Okay, so now I've added my liner inside, outside, and I'm going to go back with MAC Liquidlast in Greenplay. And I'm going to add it just right towards the middle of the eye here. I'm trying to use the camera as my mirror, so I'll do my best. Okay, now this stuff dries really quickly, so before it dries, I'm going to take just the edge of it and blend it out into my lid. And this way it gives me a little more sheen, a little more highlight. Okay, so I've added my Liquidlast, and I actually put it inside my water cell, and I know that that is not safe, so I'm not recommending it. I'm not saying it's safe, but just for fun and just for art purposes, it's okay. Now I'm going to go back and add a little shadow just underneath my eye here. And I'm going to use the MAC Juxt. So right underneath my eye using the 217 brush. Okay, so I finished off the look with some mascara. I've curled my lashes, put on mascara, put on some false lashes, put a little more mascara on, and on the lips I have Dervish, and I just put a little gloss over. It was a limited matte gloss, so I won't even say, but here's the look. I'll get a little closer so you can see it. And that concludes our tutorial on Arabic makeup. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.